Hello. Okay. All right. Here's the deal. I've said this before, but I'm starting to realize that people don't really understand what what exactly the fuck I'm doing. So I need to make sure I need to do a better job at making sure people do know what I'm doing, because if they take their time to like check out the things that I'm doing, I don't want to confuse them. So I'm gonna try to be a little more. I think I talk about a lot of shit, but I need to try to be a little more succinct with certain things or whatever, or just be like more, I don't know, describe what the fuck's going on. So I think one small step in that direction is like making a little bit of an intro to this thing every night, just so everybody knows what this is. This is, so we'll test it out because I haven't thought of this. Hi, welcome back to the MJS Daily Recap. I don't know, but that's what this is. That's what this is. This is not a podcast. You can call it a live stream, but it's what it is. But it's a daily recap that I've decided to do, and you can kind of see that a little bit better on like YouTube or Twitch because it kind of has the logo and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what this is, and I also have two podcasts, AM and the PM that I co-host with Amanda, and then Fueled by Progress, which we just have guests on and we talk about cool stuff. So this isn't a podcast, but I appreciate you tuning in. So thank you. Now, with that being said, let's get into the normal business of talking about what I did today, things that I learned, and all that jazz. So the first thing that I did, the first thing that was today was Mark Joseph Szymanski, the site deadline. So it was kind of like a deadline that I put in place for myself, and I'm not even talking into the fucking microphone. Let me get this. Oops. That was funny. I've never done that before. So there we go. Anyway, you couldn't hear any of that shit, so sorry. Maybe you could have heard a little bit, but this is probably much better, obviously. So that was a brain fart there. I thought I was actually re-energized, but I'm not apparently. Whatever. Take two. Okay. Anyway, this is the MJS Daily Recap. Yada yada. Okay. That's funny. I'll have to do it again tomorrow. But anyway, doesn't fucking matter. The thing that I was saying was I put this deadline in place for me to be done with this site that you're currently looking at, and it was today, and it is not done. It's close. I mean, it's probably like 50%, which is where it was when the last time I did an update on this. But I mean, it's got some big pieces, and I want to work on a lot more of this stuff here. I think this is pretty dope overall. It's just not done. So we're working on it. I'm very happy with the way that it's going, but it's not done yet. So obviously we're going to push the deadline, and that means that ultimately the Fueled by Progress site is probably going to get pushed slightly too. That site is way closer to being done because I put a lot of time into that like probably 5 months ago. But yeah, so we're working on it, almost done. But it's kind of annoying that I let that kind of get away from me, just with all the other stuff that I have to do, mainly in the middle of the week, like the weekly podcasts, right? So filmed the 55th episode of Fueled by Progress on Saturday, and today was like the day to edit and stuff, and I just kind of dropped the ball. Like, I mean, I am editing it. It's like halfway done, but it's going to take, some more time and needs to be up by noon tomorrow, so I'll probably end up having a late-ish night tonight to do that. But that happens, I guess. I need to do something there. I just am so tired of editing the podcast myself. So I need to probably find like a videographer, just an editor, honestly. So that's kind of annoying, but did that, like I said, halfway through it. So it'll be up tomorrow, at noon, probably. Also, this is important though. I scheduled the next FBP guest because I didn't have somebody for the next one. I have a bunch of people like that said yes, but I didn't actually schedule anybody. So I have someone coming Thursday that we will do for next week. So that's good. And I want to buy like a tablecloth or like a table runner because like right now we just do it at like a 6 foot like card
plastic table thing, and I want to put something on the front that says like "Fueled by Progress." I think that'd be cool. So we'll do that at some point. Although I think that's kind of expensive for custom tablecloth. I was looking, it's like $200 through Vistaprint, but Vistaprint's kind of like a gouges you. So we'll see. Honestly though, like as I was doing all that and like kind of as I transitioned to like some other stuff, like I watched some JRE episodes, and I started watching the one with Sam Harris from about a year ago, and he's like obviously a really interesting dude, and if you haven't know who Sam Harris is, I would highly recommend you at least check him out. He's very deep thinker kind of dude that I would kind of put in Jordan Peterson. He's done debates with Jordan Peterson, people like that. And I started watching that one, and then they were talking, and it was a year ago, so they were talking a lot about the Jack Dorsey one that Joe Rogan did. And Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter, and they were talking about like censorship and all that sort of stuff. And it's funny because that was like a year ago, and now like the old shit has hit the fan, so it's much different now. But like I would love to see like a thing, like another episode with that. But there was the episode I actually ended up watching in its entirety was one where it was Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, Jack Dorsey, and then the like the leader of like something at Twitter, and they were all talking and debating about like censorship and shit like that for like 3 hours. So I watched that while I was doing a bunch of other things. One of the biggest things that I did that was pretty thought provoking, but like I don't really have anything to talk about on that topic, just because I don't know, it doesn't really matter to me a whole lot, and it was a year ago and stuff like that, so whatever. The one thing is I might try the carnivore diet. I don't know, but I do have psoriasis, and like this is kind of like another point that like as I was driving today, I was kind of thinking about like I'd like to be more healthy. I was like feeling like kind of like my back and stuff was kind of hurting and stuff today. It was very strange. I've slept for like 10 hours the last 2 days, and I don't know if that's like healthy or not. I don't know like if I was just tired from like the weekend and stuff, which is very possible because I did have a long weekend of work, and I just think like something like that might be kind of interesting to try, but I don't know, just because it's said to have some good effects for like people with psoriasis and like other like autoimmune deficiencies. I'm not like unhealthy, I don't think by any means, but like the thought that it provoked was, sometimes I feel like a little shittier, but I also feel like I'm a pretty healthy person just based on the stuff that I don't do, like no alcohol, no drugs, no smoking, none of that. And but I know that my diet could probably be better, even though it's not that bad, but it could probably be better. And there's just a lot of things that I can improve on there. So it was just kind of an idea. And Joe Rogan's all about that type of shit. So, I saw that and I was like, maybe, I don't know. But as I was watching all that, I said, like I said, I was doing a couple things. So this was interesting. I could probably show this here. Affiliate. Yeah. So all of this, which I don't know, maybe I'll just dump all these links right in the chat. No. So this is what I did earlier today while I was watching all that stuff. I had this idea where there's a lot of things that I purchase or I have, like a part of or whatever. Like, I have, things, right? Like the things that I've paid for, right? So like, or accounts at, so like Webull, Robinhood, QuickBooks Online, Coinbase. A lot of these are like finance stuff, some marketing things, some technology things, whatever. Okay. These are all services that I either subscribe to or I use or whatever. And, what you're actually seeing here is like, we'll go through it. So this is the category, and then this is the actual product and service. This is the requirement. What this is, it's an affiliate links and programs thing. So anything that I utilize. So let me define first. Let's say you use one of these as an example. Okay, we're using Restream. That's a perfect example. We're using Restream right now, okay, to stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, okay? You can do a bunch of other stuff, but that's what we're using it for. So I pay like $19 a month for what I have to do this, to utilize that software. But if you're interested in doing this stuff and you take this link right here, which let's copy it in there. There you go. So if you take that link, if you click on that link and you sign up and you upgrade to like a paid subscription plan, like whatever, then you'll get $10. You'll get $10 credit towards that subscription, and I'll get 15. So that's just like affiliate marketing, right? You do it all the time on a lot of people do it on Amazon. Like they'll just make like you can put out like an affiliate link to a product, and then somebody clicks on that, and then they go to Amazon. If they buy something, then you get a percentage of it. So that's what all this stuff is. That's what all these are in a sense. So like, for instance, like if you go to Robinhood, okay, so here's Robinhood. If you take this link and you go to that and you sign up for Robinhood, then I'm pretty sure you get a free stock and I get a free stock. So the point of this, is this is kind of like a really, I want to say easy, but it's not easy. It's a very low effort way to make passive income. And what I would preface it by saying is I wouldn't just like put random shit on here. These are all things that I use and I believe in and I've had good experiences with. I'm not just going to randomly put bullshit on here and just try to get people to buy and utilize this stuff. I like I said, I believe in all these things and I utilize them almost every day. So that's the first thing. But the second thing is like, it's hard because you're trying to, like, you can't just like maybe you could just say, oh yeah, hey, random friend, sign up for Robinhood and get one. But like, what the fuck? Like, it's like a couple bucks, right? You need to have an audience. You need to develop like a user base of people that watch you and consume your content. And then you can say, hey, look, I use Restream. It's an awesome platform. Use this link. We'll both benefit from it. Boom. So, and then you need a, obviously it's better at scale is really what that is. So that is what I'm putting together here. And then ultimately, I just did this to kind of organize like everything. And then ultimately, I can see maybe like a page on this website, saying like, these are for you or something like that. And say like, like another fucking thing here that says like, not like affiliates probably, but like resources or something like that. And then like just having little sections like that say, this is Restream. Here's what it does. Click right here and you'll get like a free, you'll get $10 or something like that, right? So I could see that as being kind of really cool, a really cool way to generate some traffic and generate some stuff like that. Will I do that right now? Probably not, but I wanted to get this into somewhat of a organized fashion, so I had that for me. So I did that as I was watching that shit. So I wasn't completely just watching and consuming content. I was actually doing something productive because you can't. Because like here's let me stop here. The toughest part and the most annoying part about like streaming or not streaming, like film editing video for me is that I have to be completely focused on it. I can't like be passively like listening to music. Like I love listening to music and building a website. I love that. I don't get to do it enough because I've screwed my middle of my fucking week with all this stuff, which is tough because I do like to do it, but at the same time, it's every fucking time. It's so annoying. I just have trouble doing it. So, but yeah, that's the struggle right now. The other thing that I thought to do was make a list of all the assets that I've purchased through the companies. So I'll give you, for instance, like the computer, the screen, the computer, the monitor, this microphone, the peripherals, like the keyboard and stuff like that. They're all business expenses and they're all expensed through Szymanski Media, because that's the one that I chose that like was going to use this stuff the most and was like, that was like the I'm building like a little setup here, right? So this whole stuff is for that. And then like the podcast stuff, for instance, was purchased by Fueled by Progress. You get the idea. So I wanted to like list out like all of the different things that I have, and what company technically owns it. But I didn't do that just because like I started and I was like, you know what, this is kind of stupid because I kind of have this other document that pretty much lists out everything that I own, for the most part. Like this is personal and business stuff, but I figured like that's kind of dumb. Like I should actually just like tack on something here. It says like, oh, Szymanski Media owns this or whatever, because it's probably a better way to go about it. Just so I don't waste more fucking time doing stuff. But to get back to the affiliate thing, like these are all affiliate links. So like, I'll give you, for instance, let's do something that somebody might actually want. I don't know. Let's just do this. No, I don't know. Let's do my mouse. My mouse is going. So I have this Logitech. This Logitech MX Master 3. So I'm just going to give you an example here. So if you go right here and you go to this link. Okay, I'm going to put this link right in the chat. If you click on that link, it's going to take you to the MX Master 3 mouse on Amazon. Assuming you can buy it, let's say you wanted it, okay? Assuming you can buy it, it's in stock or whatever. It's probably out of stock, honestly, but whatever. Assuming you can buy it, you get it, and then you click on it, and it goes to Amazon. You see the page or whatever, and then you buy it, okay? Let's say it's $100. I think it's around there. Then I make some sort of percentage. I don't know what it is. It's probably like 1 or 2% or something like that. So I get a couple bucks, okay? I don't know. Doesn't matter. The point is that for no extra cost to you, I make money. Normally it's because like not just because I dropped the link there because I told you about it, I reviewed it or something like that, which again, there's a lot of different ways that you would do that. But the other thing too is like anytime that you click on an Amazon affiliate link, whether it's mine or somebody else's, let's say that you go there and you don't want this mouse, but like, you click on that mouse and then you're like, okay, I don't want this one, but you see another one, you click on that and you buy that one, I or the affiliate also makes money. So it doesn't actually have to be that same product, but there are things like, well, you can't click on, like if you click on my affiliate link and then you go somewhere else and you click on somebody else's, then I'm, out of the equation then. Or if you click on mine and then you wait like 24 hours or something like that, then the cookie thing is gone. I'm not going to get deep into it, but the point is that at some point, actually, all of this stuff is going to be on this website, and it's going to be under my gear here, which there's already some stuff here. And all of these are going to have links. They're going to be those affiliate links. It's going to take you straight to that website, to Amazon, and like whatever the product is. And you can purchase it there, and I'll make a couple bucks if you do that. So yeah. So that's an idea to make money. That's something that I'm working on. It's not done yet, obviously. What else did I do? I actually purchased a new exercise ball. So let me show you. Well, actually, let me stop for a second. I had a chair, and I didn't really like it because it was like one of them stupid fucking race car chairs, dumb as hell. Would not recommend. But I sold that one for like $120 or something like that, which is a great deal because I got it for like 140 or some shit. But anyway, I was happy about that. I got some use out of it, and then I sold it. But I didn't buy a new chair because like if I'm gonna buy a chair, I'm gonna want a good chair, and good chairs are like, honestly, like $1,000 or more. If you want like a really good chair, like one that you would see at like an office, like a Herman Miller or something, there's definitely alternatives that are probably like $400 or something. But I was like, I have a standing desk. I should be standing probably a little bit more. I'm not even gonna buy a chair. So what I did was, I had this exercise ball. It's pink, nice. But I had that downstairs, like it was just in my house, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit on this. So it kind of just stuck. Like I've literally been using that if I ever sit down, which has been great, and I can kind of actually put my like knee on it and stuff like that a little bit too. So I would highly recommend an exercise ball if you're gonna have like a standing desk or just any sort of desk in general where you could just do more. Like your hip flexors don't always have to like stay in tight. Like that was the thing. It was just making me feel like shit, like in that chair, and it was uncomfortable. If you have a comfortable chair, it's probably not that bad. But again, doesn't matter. That is what my experience was. But the problem with this guy is it's kind of old, and it's really small. Like it's literally like if you sit on it, I'm almost like lower than my knees almost. So it's not ideal. So I just bought like a new one for like $25 or something that's bigger, and it's actually red. So that will be coming in probably Thursday. And then like I said yesterday, I bought that memory card for the camera, so that'll be here tomorrow. Hopefully that fixes some of our problems and gives us some more storage, and just the ever long saga of this camera stops fucking around with me. But yeah. Then what else do we do? Talked about all that. This is kind of funny. So I went to hockey. It's just hockey. It was just pickup. It was a good time, good run. I felt really shitty earlier, like I was saying, like about like my stomach was kind of feeling a little weird, and like I was kind of like my back was hurting and stuff. And even when I started playing, like my back was hurting, and then kind of like stretched out, I guess. I don't know. I probably just slept too much. It's very strange. I don't know. But I was feeling kind of shitty, and then I played, and it was kind of better. But on my way to hockey, and even like kind of afterwards, I was thinking about, and I played this song. It's called "One Day" by B.O.B. I'm not gonna play it because I'll probably get like some sort of copyright strike or something like that. But if you've never heard it, go listen to it. And I'm just remembering, because a line at the end, it's actually not even in the song, it's like in like a little interview piece afterwards. It just came in my mind, and I was thinking, oh my God, what is that song? And then I remembered the song, because I have not listened to that song in a long time. And I used to listen to it a lot when I was like feeling like really shitty about like working a job and just like feeling like garbage. And then like I listened to that song on my way to hockey, and I was just thinking about like where I'm at now as opposed to where I was like a year ago. And I'm just like, I honestly almost cried. Like seriously, like it was just so much. So much has happened. I'm so much happier, so much more fulfilled. Like it's just incredible. And that's why I just want everybody to kind of at least think about other options, like what, like alternatives to the way that they just think life is, because this is the last thing about it, because this is actually what prompted me to think about the song and stuff like that. As silly as it may sound, I was driving on my way to hockey, and I was behind a bus, and it's literally like 9:15, and I'm behind this bus, and the bus pulls over, and I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, and somebody gets out of the bus, and then I'm walking behind him, or I'm driving behind him, and I see the person. I don't know this person, but I see them. They have headphones on. They have like a little briefcase thing or whatever, and it's like, I hope they're happy. But I thought from my perspective, right, looking at that, it's like, what did I say? It was like something like DMC. Yeah, I'm not big enough yet. Thanks. But I was like, I was passing them. I was like, thank God. Like I'll never be like, at least I won't be there again. Like, I'm not shitting on that person. I'm just saying for me, like for somebody that like went through that and like just realized that is not what I want to do. Like I remember like when I was in school, I would take the bus my freshman year, and I would go down there to Pitt, and then I would come back in the middle of the fucking night, and it's like, oh, I have to go back and do it again tomorrow morning. Like, it's just the worst feeling in the world. And then and honestly, like when I was working, like I wasn't taking the bus, but I was driving, and like some days I would just like be there all freaking night, because that's what was expected of me, or I'm just like a hard worker, whatever, and or I'm just a fucking idiot, and it was just terrible. Like, especially in like the winter and shit, like it's just fucking awful to like have to go into work at like 9 or 10 a.m. and then stay there until like, again, I was on salary, so it was like whenever. Like sometimes, literally, there were times when I left at like midnight. That was few and far between, but like mostly like 7 to 9 o'clock. Dumb. Do not fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. Unless it's your own business, do not fucking do that. And it was just awful. I'm looking back at it now, and that was very dumb. I mean, I learned a lot. I'm not shitting again on the. I'm never trying to shit on other people or the position or anything like that. I'm actually just shitting on my past self. It's like, I'm so happy that I've changed the way in which I think about things and the place that I'm at and stuff like that. Bottom one. Would you? Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'd rather die, but I mean, when I'm in that situation, I kind of feel like I'm dying, so looking back on it, like, I don't know how. So again, but the guy like on the bus, right, coming off of there, and I'm like driving by him, because I was thinking in my head, I was thinking about like all the things that are stressing me out, like right now, like, what was I actually thinking about? Like, I was literally thinking about like this FBP and how I didn't finish this yet, and like I'm probably gonna have to stay up late and do all this stuff, and I'm like, as bad as this is, as stressful as this is, I am not going to let my life go back to the fucking complete misery that it was, and all of my own doing. Again, nobody else's fault. Extreme ownership. You have to have that. Like, it's like, and then I thought of that song, and I was like, fuck. And I played it. I was like, I was almost wept, like literally, So yeah, Warzone stresses me out too. Worst game in the fucking world. And I'm about to play it like an asshole. Hate that fucking game. But yeah, so that's what I would say. I just, I just, you really have to. I think if you have those moments and you think about stuff, and then you realize the situation that you're in, good or bad or whatever, you really have to try to stay in touch with the actual scope of what's going on, where you've been, where you're going, where you want to be. It doesn't matter if you're not there yet. Just, keep fucking working. It took me so long to realize and actually to make a decision to get there. And now it feels like I'm totally free. Definitely stressful, definitely difficult, but like, it's like, it will never, there's literally a line at the fucking end. The last thing he says is like, this is totally different because he was talking about like how he literally grew up on a fucking construction site. You got to listen to the song, but like which is also a little crazy. Like that's hard to believe, but whatever. I'll take his word for it. He's like, B.O.B. is like saying like something like, he grew up on a construction site or whatever. They had to put their food in the cooler at night, and they had no doors or windows or some shit. And he's like, it's just like motivation. It wasn't like a sob story. It's like motivation for him because like, okay, things will never be this bad again. And I just kind of think of that the same way. So I don't know. Okay, but quick question: what if you had to go back to it? I'm definitely not. I don't know what your definition of have to is. Like if I had to, I probably wouldn't. If I had to get another job, that would suck, but maybe I would do it. But honestly, like, I kind of feel like I'm in this place right now where I have good foundation set. I say this all the time, and I need to start making money here. And I'm taking strides and, little things. But I actually feel, if I had to do some true introspection right now, I feel like the problem that I have is that I'm not pressured enough to make money, if that makes sense. Like if I had to move out of my house and I had to actually make a certain amount of money every month, I think I would absolutely figure out a way to do it. I just think right now I was risky enough to get away from my job. Also crazy timing with the whole fucking COVID thing and everything like that. But I think that is the next hurdle. The next hurdle is almost putting myself into like the fire and seeing, I know I can do it. Like I have no doubts that I can do it. So I'm not even thinking about going back. Definitely not there, obviously, but like just in general, I'm not thinking this is what I want to do. I've invested a lot of time and a lot of money. Grand scheme of things, actually not that much, less than 2 years, but I just know that these are the types of things that I want to do. So they're definitely going to be involved. And I just know that I want the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want when it comes to like, working and day to day and everything like that. So I just have no doubts as far as that goes. But yes, that's a real thing. And I just think that I need to be kind of pushed, not like pushed, but I need to push myself like off the cliff once again, because it was hard enough to get to this point. But now there's another point where it's like, okay, well, we need to kind of start scaling it, right? That's the next point. And I know that is, and I've been saying it, like it's the next step right around the corner. Fucking daddy chill. It's a funny video, but yeah. So I don't know. I know we're going up. I know we're making a lot of moves. I have no doubts, but I do think that is the next thing. It's gotta just jump again. You're gonna have to jump multiple times in your life when you do shit like this, and I'm excited for it. So we'll see how it goes. But you'll know, everyone watching, either live or after, will know, because I'm going to continue to do this for as long as I can. But yeah, so now I got to go fucking lose Warzone and die like multiple times and get revived. Yeah, so cool. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Always love the support. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.